Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing a second look with the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. And we're also gonna test out some new lipstick that I picked up today. And if you wanna see how I created this look, keep watching. I usually don't start with my waterline, but today I am. I'm gonna go in with Minted by MAC. This is usually one of my last steps, but I figured why not do things a little bit backwards. I'm gonna be going in with some green cream products today, so I figured I might as well just go ahead and start with this. It just kind of made sense to do it this way today. So next I'm gonna go in with a couple of these MAC paint sticks. The True Chartreuse is definitely like more of a yellowy kind of green. It's a chartreuse. Landscape Green is more of like a nice Kelly green. I'm gonna go in with a Morphe E17 and just kind of tap right into the stick itself. Now, as far as like an eyeshadow primer goes today, all I used was the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye and then set that into place with my Frankenstein setting powder that I made. I got a sample of the Bye Bye Under Eye at Sephora. I also had gotten a sample of the Bye Bye Under Eye eye cream. So just over a year ago, I had LASIK surgery. But as far as eye creams go, I feel like since the surgery, my eyes seem to be a little bit sensitive to a lot of them. I used MAC Fast Response Eye Cream for probably about 15, 16 years. Every day, twice a day, morning and night. Something about it is so completely different than it used to be. And I just can't use it anymore. I mean, I can use it. It doesn't bother my eyes at all, but just the way that it goes on, the way that it performs, it's not the same and it's not as good. So over probably the last 6 months, I've been just, kind of trying eye creams here and there. So I've definitely become like a sample whore at Sephora. The one that I found that really outperformed everything else was the Bye Bye Under Eye eye cream. I was in an Ulta and I was gonna buy the eye cream, but they don't carry the Bye Bye Under Eye cream because that's like a Sephora exclusive. So instead of going to Sephora and just buying it, I was irritated that I couldn't get it at Ulta. So instead I ended up going to MAC and buying the Lightful C Vibrancy eye cream, which has vitamin C in it. So right now I'm in like eye cream limbo because I'm out of that one now. And I don't know if it's just because I'm extra dry or if that eye cream just didn't at all work for me. So now I need an eye cream. And I think that I do want to get like a full size of Bye Bye Under Eye cream because again, when I used that for a week, it was like, I could see a visible difference in the way that the skin around my eyes looked. I could feel the difference. Like it felt really tight, but it didn't feel like dry and tight. It was moisturized, but everything felt lifted. Everything seemed like really smooth. So I like that one a lot, and I think I'm definitely gonna purchase that one. I dip right into that Landscape Green paint stick. And since I want this to have like a halo effect, I'm just gonna kind of dab that on the outer corner. See, that has like so much color to it. And I was actually, I was in a CVS and I was in a Walgreens today. And it's crazy how large their like makeup and skincare area is now. I feel like it's almost like half the store. But the CVS that I was in today, holy crap, they had so much stuff. And so then of course, I ended up going down like the skincare aisle. Then I'm looking at eye creams there. There's a lot of stuff out there and it's, which one do you buy? I'm not really using a lot of caffeine products around my eyes. I am using caffeine like on this eyelid here, just because I feel like I almost have a little bit of like droopiness. Like this lid seems to be more hooded than this one. I just have like, I need to push that up a little bit right there. And so like I am using the caffeine solution from The Ordinary just on my eyelid here. So now it's time to go into some greens from this BH Cosmetics palette again. I'm gonna start with this guy right here. Take that on a Morphe M433. I'm gonna start by kind of pressing that onto that outer edge there. Kind of stamping that in. I feel like vibrant shadows and like bright colors are about to make a comeback. I don't know why, I just feel it. The warm neutrals have been so popular for the past couple of years, and I feel like trends never really last more than a few years before we move on to something completely different, so. Now I'm super excited about that color right there, so we're we're gonna dive right into that one. And I'm gonna use it on the same brush, the same Morphe M433. Yeah, the bright Morphe palette, the more I looked at it, the more I just didn't think that those colors looked even bright enough for what I really wanted, which is why this BH palette really kind of spoke to me, because it just looked much more like neon and much more vivid. So, which is why I ended up going with this one. And again, you know that I bought this palette on eBay, which, interesting story, the day after this was delivered and the day after I made that video with this palette, they restocked this palette on their website. I think something else that would make a really good base for these colors is the NYX Vivid Brights, the cream colors, those ones. The two that I have, those ones are really good, but those dry out really, really quick. I'm gonna go in with the Sigma E25 little blending brush there, which I don't know if you guys have used or seen any of the new synthetic MAC brushes, but the new 217 is this brush. That's exactly what they've turned it into. Which, for packing a color in, or for like a nose contour and to begin like, you know, the inner part of my eyebrows, it's great for that. But I don't really find this brush really good for like blending out a transition, which is, you know, what this kind of brush is supposed to be for. Or like the MAC 217, that's what that was great for. And now it's not. So in case you were wondering, I'm gonna go into this yellow shade here next to that green that I like so much, and I think I'm gonna pop that like in the middle of the lid. I'm gonna use this Morphe brush from the vegan collection. It doesn't have a number on it. And I think that something like chrome yellow from MAC would probably be better. I should do like a side by side. So this is the yellow from the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. So this is chrome yellow. We're gonna see how that looks on the other eye. See if it looks any better, see if it looks the same. Now what do we think? That one or that one? Do they look the same? I'm also gonna pack a little bit more of that green on that inner corner. Since I didn't really use like an actual eyeshadow primer today, I've got a little bit of creasing happening right there, so. I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of that true chartreuse. Go back into chrome yellow. I think I am gonna deepen the outer and inner corners just a touch with this color right here. I'm gonna use that color on a Morphe E36. I like it. I do want to go in and just kind of add a little bit more depth and a little bit more darkness around the edges there. So I'm going to go in with Plumage by MAC. I really like this color. I've used this one a lot recently. I don't want to add a lot of this. I just want to kind of add a little bit more dimension just on those outer and inner corners. Now, I know I've definitely been on like a really bright color kick over these last few weeks, and it's probably not gonna go anywhere soon. I'm probably gonna continue to do some of these kind of brighter, bolder looks. But if there are any other, like if there's any kind of color combinations that you would like to see, let me know down below so I can kind of keep it a little fresh. Definitely open to suggestions. Just kind of blending that in a little bit there so it's not super harsh. The outer corner of this eye is definitely leaking. Probably gonna have an eye look here today with a blank spot in the outer corner, but what are you gonna do? So inner corner highlight, we're gonna use glitter today. I'm gonna use the Crystal Lime glitter from MAC, and I'm gonna plop that right over top of this NYX glitter primer that I got last week. And let's talk about this glitter primer for a second. My favorite glitter primer of all time was the MAC eyeliner mixing medium. It was a very thin, clear, almost like a gel-like consistency. And I would kind of like mix it with the glitter, kind of press it into place. And that stuff was fucking bulletproof. It did not crease. It did not feel crunchy. There was no fallout. It was perfect. So they discontinued that. And then I discovered the Ben Nye glitter glue. It works almost as well for me. That one burns like a bitch when you're putting it on. It burns so bad. It's probably not eye safe at all, but that's what I use it for. This NYX primer, I mean, this one is meant for glitter and it's okay. There's fallout with it. And I noticed that there definitely was some creasing in my eyelid. The one thing that was nice about it was that I didn't actually feel it on my eyelid at all. Because some of the other ones that I use, you can definitely still, even though they're comfortable, you can still feel them a little bit to some extent. And with this one, if you're using glitter on your lid, you don't actually feel it at all. There's no texture, there's no like crunch. But at the same time, there definitely was still like some creasing. I don't know, it's okay. I'll probably use it. I'll probably use this one for like the inner corner actually. But I don't love it for on the lid. I just don't. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for eyes. I'm gonna get some mascara on and then I'll be right back for lips. So I somehow finally managed to track down these metallic versions of the Wet n Wild liquid Catsuit lipsticks. There were 4 shades. I actually only got 3 of them. I didn't get the dark one because I just knew I would never wear it, but I did get the other 3. So the first one is called Satin Sheets. I got the shade Bali and Love and the shade Ride on My Copper. I also picked up, this isn't one of the metallic ones, but it's another one of the liquid ones I didn't have, the color Nudist Peach. I think I'm gonna go ahead and use Satin Sheets. This one actually looks a lot like the MAC Lipglass in the color Nymphette. I'm gonna do side by side just to see. The Wet n Wild one might have a little bit more gold. Yeah, this one's a little sheer, but I actually don't mind that. And I really like this formula too. It just feels so lightweight on the lips and it never feels dry. And it pretty much feels like it's dried down already too. And since this is such a similar color to Nymphette, I'm gonna go ahead and use Nymphette right over top of it. Just see how that looks. Those make a good pair. I like those a lot. I like those together quite a bit. Yeah, that's gonna be the final look today. I wish that this situation right here wasn't happening so much, but you know, again, what are you gonna do? Life happens, and you know, sometimes makeup doesn't wanna stick to your outer corners. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Hit that subscription button down below. Tell all your friends about it so they know to watch, and I'll see you guys on the next one.